Oh boy, what a month. Update 17 dropped, and the devs even released a special bonus dev diary in the middle of June. I didn't bother to cover it simply because it's stuff we've covered, but here's a quick recap. They introduced combat and released Allosaurus, Pachycephalosaurus, and Stegosaurus. We also got partner animations for intra-species combat. These partner animations play at random. We also got staff improvements such as work areas and staff break rooms to make them happy. They also released a new Scrubland map and improved the water rendering. It was a huge update. If you're watching this and don't have the game, now's the time to jump in, cause it's 30% off thanks to the Steam summer sales. Now, for this month's diary, we learned that the devs spent 5.5 months working on this update. 4 of those months were spent working on combat. Don't forget, they did some extra work to prepare for combat by building the backbone months ahead with the threat and look system. The game will continue to receive more polish and improvements in the future. They're happy to see animals making silly choices, adding to the unpredictability. I get what they mean. People make bafflingly stupid decisions all the time. Weird behavior can make them feel more alive instead of always being perfect. Unpredictability is fun in a simulation. Besides the gameplay improvements, 70 new prefabs were added to the game. These are all built by a community member named Sticky. That's some amazing work. The game's artist Ida also worked on staff break rooms to fit the various themes. You really don't need to build anything from scratch if you don't want to. The game's default structures are excellent. I'm not a good builder either, so I use a lot of pre-builts in my parks. The rocks have also been redesigned a 3rd time. I think the first rocks were store-bought assets, as I recall. I like the more defined silhouettes for the new rocks. The basalt and Stonehenge pieces also received improvements. They also added even more rock shapes and more variety to the small rocks. This does mean you'll have to redo your rock structures built before this update. This is the last time they're changing the rocks. I've never followed the game this closely in early access before. I wonder if other games go through this many asset changes, or if the nature of Prehistoric Kingdom makes this necessary. We also have incoming hotfixes. They'll work on bugs and performance improvements. They're improving animal defense, specifically babies. The current adults will actively defend babies, and soon, the babies will try to hide behind adults. I thought I saw the babies try to hide, but I wasn't 100% certain. This confirms what I saw was just luck. Attention to detail like this isn't needed for a normal zoo. Who would put a predator with a herbivore and their babies in the same enclosure? They added this just in case you want to do something crazy. Their attention to detail is why an ecosystem can work. Another attention to detail is the additional skins for Nasutoceratops and Lielniasaura. Normally, babies have only one skin, but this extra work will allow a smoother transition into their adult skin. Here is another attention to detail. When animals are low on stamina, they get out of breath and sit down to rest and catch their breath. Here's the thing though, do dinosaurs pant like mammals? I don't think they pant the same way mammals do, with their chests expanding and contracting. I don't think this is accurate. They're trying to eliminate the worst cases of bodies clipping during dynamic combat. I had previously speculated the hit and hurt boxes would reduce clipping, but I was wrong. The devs confirmed that it's impossible to remove all clipping, but they do want to reduce it. The Bronto Smash neck clipping is especially bad, and they want to add more animation to the partner animation. They're also bringing back the prey grabbing animation that was in the original 2017 Prehistoric Kingdom demo. Soon, large predators will be able to pick up and shake smaller prey before swallowing them whole. Here is a demo of the new animation. I didn't think this was coming back, but I'm glad I was wrong. I wonder if it's just for large predators, or if it scales with the size of the hunter and prey. Could an adult Dilophosaurus do the same to a baby Velociraptor? Or is it only for really big predators? Here's a nice thank you from the devs. Our support made all their dream features in this game a reality. The game now has ontogeny, breeding, and dynamic combat. These are all features they promised back when the game was still called Jurassic Genetics. I remember thinking ontogeny would never work. I thought they had overly ambitious ideas and would have to scale down. I'm happy to be wrong. Update 18 will be coming in the 4th quarter of this year, and the full release will come next year. There are still more improvements and polish coming, not to mention more gameplay mechanics and features, one of which is controller support. Now, I know people are speculating that they're working on controller support for an eventual console release. I'm not 100% convinced. In the previous dev diary, they revealed the team was only 12 people, and only 7 of them are full-time. A console release would require more manpower. With only 12 people, Who's going to work on the console ports? Console ports aren't magic. You don't press a button and the computer automatically makes it. If even one person handles the console port, that's one less person to work on the main game. They would need to hire a lot more people. Where are they going to get the money? I mean, the game's publisher Critivo could throw them a fat stack of cash to grow the team. It's also possible the game launches and becomes a huge success, selling a few million units, giving the team a huge boost in cash flow. These are the only two possibilities for this port to happen. Finally, we have another mammal reveal. This is planned for version 1.0 release. It's the longhorn bison and steppe bison. More Cenozoic animals are coming in 1.0, so stay tuned. And we've reached the end of this month's dev diary. If you have money to spare, consider supporting the devs on Patreon. Who knows, maybe if we hit an insanely high number on Patreon, they could also do a console port. It's closing time for the Dinosaur Arcade. I'll see you next time.